Good morning, all saints, and welcome to another episode in Dei Verbum. This morning, we're going to be reflecting upon the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verses 24 to 34. Today's Gospel helps us to review the relationships with material goods and presents two themes of diverse importance: our relationship with money and our relationship with divine providence. The advice given by Jesus gave rise to several questions of difficult response. For example, how can we understand today the affirmation, "You cannot serve God and money"? How can we understand the recommendation not to worry about food, about drink, about dress, of having a balanced life? You cannot serve God and money. Jesus is very clear in his affirmation. No one can serve two masters. He will either hate the first and love the second, or be attached to the first and despise the second. You cannot serve God and money. Each one has to make his or her own choice. They should ask themselves, to what do I give the first place in my life? To God or to money? On this choice will depend the understanding of the advice which follow on divine providence. It is not a question of a choice made only in one's head, but rather of a very concrete choice of a life that has something to do also with attitudes. Jesus critiques the excessive worry about eating and drinking. The criticism of Jesus, even in our days, causes great fear in people, because the great worry of all people is how to get food and clothing for them. The reason for the criticism is that life is worth more than food, and the body more than the clothes. In order to explain his criticism, Jesus presents two parables: the birds of the air and the flowers. Jesus orders them to look at the birds. They do not sow or reap or gather into barns, but they always have something to eat, because the Heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not worth much more than they are? The parable of the lilies in the fields, Jesus asks to look at the flowers, the lilies of the fields. How elegant and beautiful God dresses them. Now, if that is how God clothes the wild flowers growing in the field, which are here today and thrown into the furnace tomorrow, will he not much more look after you? The questions that I'd like you to reflect on today are: what do I understand by divine providence? Do I trust in divine providence? We, the people of God, have the mission of giving a concrete expression to what we have within. In which way are we expressing our trust in divine providence? Thank you for listening this morning, and I hope you can take something away from what you've heard. Hopefully, you can take something to implement into your own lives to help our school community, but also in your life outside of school as well. God bless all saints.